fall has arrived, so let's talk about the feng shui of seasonal decor. Welcome to Feng Shui Living, the podcast designed for busy women who want to de-stress, live with intention, and create a home that truly supports their well-being. Each week, I'll bring you practical tips, insightful ideas, and simple strategies to enhance both your home and your life. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to this episode of Feng Shui Living. I am your host, Lisa Morton. I have been an interior designer for well over 20 years, and I focused the past decade on holistic design and Feng Shui. And I've also founded Elevated Living School of Holistic Design and Feng Shui. If you want to become certified in Feng Shui, I have some amazing opportunities for you. Also, if you want to just learn some basics, I have a basic feng shui course coming up starting in October. It's a 4-week live online course. This is in collaboration with Purdue University's Continuing Studies program. And what's really interesting about this is while in my school in Elevated Living and my own practice revolves around a specific approach to Feng Shui, this Intro to Feng Shui class is more generalized. We learn about the history. We learn about those basics because you don't have to get really deep to even just understand how energy is flowing and how to make some big shifts in your life. So if you want to sign up for that, head to the show. There's links in the show notes, so go check those out. Today we're talking about moving into the season of fall. We are in the season of fall, which connects to the metal element. So I invite you to look around your space, do a little inventory, and see if you have any grays, whites, pastels, or metal objects. These all represent the metal element. It's also this time where we become more yin in energy. When during the summer, we're fiery and very young in energy and very loud and bright and traveling and doing all the fun things. Now we're starting to slow down a little bit. You might even notice your energy is starting to slow down a little more. You're starting to want to maybe head to bed a little earlier or add a few moments of slow time into your day, or maybe you're just feeling a little tired. And that's natural. It's completely natural with this time of year. It's this time where we can look at our harvest, look at everything you've done over these past several months during the summer with things happening, and look at everything you've done and honor that. Maybe take inventory from even last spring. So really take a little moment of gratitude for yourself today, everything you've accomplished and worked for and completed. So take a little moment, a little gratitude, and then we're going to move into the season of fall and seasonal decor. So I am not a holiday decorator. You won't find Easter bunnies and snowmen and all that around my home, but you will find seasonal decor. I'm a big seasonal decor person. I love to look at what's going on outside of my home and then bring that in. But if you're a holiday decorator, please go for it. I kind of chuckle because years ago when I first married my husband, my mother-in-law and all of his aunts love to decorate for the holidays. And one of my gifts for his shower was this giant basket filled with an item for every holiday. I had a little knickknack for St. Patrick's Day. I had a little knickknack for Valentine's Day. And it was so very kind. I don't want to sound ungrateful. It was really, really sweet, but it's just not my style. Anyway, if anybody needs some knickknacks for the holidays, let me know. I'll put them in a box and ship them to you. But I want to talk about really viewing this seasonal decoration with maybe your feng shui lenses, okay? Decorating and decorations can either energize or overwhelm a space. So maybe the energize. I love the holiday lights. In the winter, the white sparkly lights just make me feel so joyful and it feels kind of magical, right? But then other times, I don't know if anyone's been to someone's house and they have a giant uh, nutcracker collection. Multiple nutcrackers sitting around looking at you. This can bring overwhelm and almost way down a space. So while we want to have fun and enjoy, we don't want to go overboard. We need to edit, okay? You look around with those editing eyes. The decorations you select alter the energy of the space. What energy does it carry? Does it carry a more positive message? We're getting close to Halloween, and I always recommend avoiding those heavier, scary creatures. It's not great energy to bring in. Now, I do know it's a short window and some people really love to celebrate, but be mindful of what you're bringing in. When you're looking for colors and materials, I encourage you to look at earth tones. Of course, we think that's what's outside, right? Those earth tones, those muted browns and golds and oranges, and even a little green adds a little life. And this is really supportive for this fall season. You might want to bring in gourds and pumpkins. Anything that really connects with what you'd see out in nature naturally happening, bring it in. Also, natural textiles. Also, natural textiles and textures. Wood, rattan, knits. Not only do they support the energy at the time of the year, but it also feels comforting and grounding to our body during this time of year by introducing a wood element. I always suggest when you're decorating your space to opt for one or two what I call anchor pieces per room. So these anchor pieces are the focal point. They provide the grounding. That's where your eyes land. Instead of, again, 25 nutcrackers. I have this saying in design that I've used for years, and it's when everything is screaming, you can't hear a word, right? You've been at a concert, a sporting event, and you can't hear what anybody's saying because it's just so loud. We want to be mindful of not doing that in our homes because that's not comfortable to ourselves, our own nervous system, as well as that of our children, our guests. So have those anchor pieces, the one piece that's going to make a statement and just really get all its attention, and then have smaller supporting actors next to it. So you have that major statement piece and have some quieter other pieces. I also encourage people to have a empty space. So say you're decorating a bookshelf, have your focal point, have some items in the background that are a little quieter, but then also leave empty space. This helps send that focus to that cool piece without feeling overwhelming. So opt for one or two anchor pieces in each room. Let's talk about symbolism and placement. There's a lot of symbolism going on this time of year. Pumpkins, did you know pumpkins actually symbolize abundance and prosperity? I love to have, especially those little mini pumpkins. I love to have pumpkins outside my front door. I always do a decorative container outside the front door with pumpkins in it. I always have a little bowl with the mini pumpkins on my kitchen counter. So invite in pumpkins. They are fun. Those pumpkins and gourds, again, they represent abundance and prosperity. Candles are really big. They represent a fire element in Feng Shui. So bring in some candles. They can be battery-operated candles if you need. You want to be extra safe. And then leaves. I love decorating with leaves. I might even go out in the backwoods and bring in some beautiful red and orange and gold colored leaves and put them on my dining table. I've even purchased some garland of leaves at the craft store. These colors are so beneficial. Brown leaves actually represent endings and closure and detachment. Just like I was saying, this is that time of year where we're looking at our harvest and we're wrapping things up because it's time to go within a little more this winter. So these brown leaves are great to kind of symbolize the ending of this high energy period, and now we're going to slow down. Again, I recommend staying away from some of those giant skeletons that you see in front of someone's home, and they're 12 feet tall and they're very creepy. I'm not a fan. I don't encourage bringing any of this energy in. If you have someone or wants to bring something in, be very mindful. Also, consider how you can cleanse the energy of your home afterwards. Okay, if you want to bring some of these scary things in or have a scary movie night, again, that energy lingers. So be sure to cleanse afterwards. Remember when you're decorating to use trios or pairs. And I'm the designer in me always says odd numbers. 3 candlesticks, not 4, 3 or 5. Right? Opt for those odd numbers when you're decorating. So you could have a grouping of 3 or 5 pumpkins on the table with some leaves, right? Really think about how to arrange with intention and with design, a little design skill there. And then also leave space for energy to flow. Less is more. Let energy move through a space. Again, those quiet spaces, we were talking about those loud focal points, having those quiet spaces keep our body feeling more grounded and more calm. So I have a homework project for you. If you are ready to take this on, I can't wait. I want to hear all about it. I want you to walk through your home. Okay. And I want you to remove one piece of seasonal decor that feels like it might be too much. Okay, so this is your homework. I want you to find some time when you have a few extra minutes, slow down, get grounded, get centered, maybe do a couple rounds of breath work, and then walk into your room that's all decorated for the season and look around and see if you can find that one piece that's too much. Let me know. Go over to the Instagram account at Feng Shui Living Podcast and let me know that one piece. Better yet, take a photo and tag me in it because I want to know that one piece that's just too much, that isn't supporting balance. All right, friends, thank you again for listening to the episode. If you enjoyed this, share it with a friend or give us a great review. We always love the Apple reviews and make us really smile. Until next time, take care. Special thanks to our sponsor, Elevated Living School of Holistic Design and Feng Shui. For more information, head over to the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, give us a 5-star review, and share this episode with a friend. We'll see you next time.